Hello, Pengha, Pengha, Pengha. Nice to meet you again. I am really glad to meet you again, GPT. What's on your mind today? What's on your mind today?
Nice to meet you too. It looks like you're practicing conversational English. Would you like to discuss anything specific today, like workplace dialogue or interview prep?
I think I think you are already ready. Listening carefully. First, I want to make it clear that I'm just a student, not a teacher. This YouTube channel is not about teaching English to someone else. It's simply to show my own English speaking practice journey. The purpose of this channel is to demonstrate that even elderly learners like myself who don't use English in daily life can still learn to speak English. Do you understand?
Got it. You're using your YouTube channel to showcase your personal English progress, not to teach others. It's about proving that anyone, even those who start later in life, can learn and improve. That's a great approach. How's your experience with the channel so far?
It's been great. It's great. It's great. It's been great so far. I got 457 subscribers today morning. I think I am really, I think I feel fantastic. I feel wonderful experience about it. I, like I said, as I told you before, I'm not a typical YouTuber. I'm not a normal YouTuber. I'm I think I'm like a routine YouTuber. To understand? Who uploads my every conversation video on YouTube platform and use YouTube platform as uh, oh my god, oh my god. GPT, are you okay? I think you are having heavy load right now. What keeps you busy?
Oh, I'm all good. No heavy load here, just ready to help you practice English or chat about whatever's on your mind. What's been keeping you busy lately?
Okay, okay. No. I say one more time. I say one more time. It's been great so far. I feel fantastic experience about my English YouTube channel. I'm not as I told you before, I'm not a normal YouTuber. I'm not a typical YouTuber. I'm just a routine YouTuber who uploads my every practice video, upload on YouTube platform 5 times in a week to improve my English speaking skills. I think this YouTube channel can motivate myself, keep my consistency. Do you understand?
That's awesome. You're doing an amazing job staying consistent with your uploads. I like how you emphasize that you're a routine YouTuber. It really highlights your dedication to self improvement. Posting 5 times a week is no small feat. How do you usually plan or choose the topics for your practice videos?
I don't understand. If you don't mind, would you mind asking me one more time?
No problem. How do you decide what to talk about in your practice videos? Do you follow a plan or just speak about whatever comes to mind?
You know, I already prepared a lot of sentences, and I uploaded it on your memory my 7 text file. Did you get a chance to review my text file? I'd like to start the I, I would like to start my own practice journey with 7 specific text file. And I think I plan to start with today's session with wait a minute. Let me take a minute. Let me take a minute.
Yes, I've reviewed the files you shared. They're filled with great workplace conversations, interview examples, and manufacturing dialogues. Let me know which specific session or topic you'd like to start with today, and we can dive right in.
Please access number 3 file. Workplace conversation examples for APQP meeting. We didn't finish it yesterday because time was time was really limited for my speaking precision. So let's start with middle of the file. Middle in the middle of file. We let me see where we finished. Let me take a minute. Let me take a minute.
Got it. Take your time to find where we left off. Once you're ready, we'll continue practicing from the middle of the APQP meeting dialogues. Just let me know when you're set.
Can you find a quality specialist saying? Uh, I mean, I would. Our last line was process engineer. Listen carefully. Yes, process engineer might say, yes, we've installed a new monitoring system. These sensors will alert us if conditions exceed the threshold, allowing us to take corrective actions before any issues arise. Do you remember what I said a moment ago? Or do you remember? Can you remember our last line of a process engineer saying?
Yes, I remember. The last line from the process engineer was about installing new monitoring systems. These sensors will alert us if conditions exceed the threshold, allowing us to take corrective actions before any issues arise. Let's pick up from there. Do you want to continue with the quality specialist's response?
By the way, let me take a second. By the way, can you please share me the dictionary meaning of a threshold? I already aware of that word, but I just want to listen one more time. Dictionary meaning of a threshold, the word threshold.
Sure, threshold can have a couple of meanings. In general, it refers to the point or level at which something begins or changes. For example, 1, a limit or boundary, like a temperature threshold that triggers an alarm. 2, an entry or starting point, like the threshold of a door or the beginning of a new phase. Does that help clarify?
Okay. Well noted. Okay, I got it. Okay, let's keep going. As a quality manager, I would like to take the quality specialist role. Listen carefully. That sounds promising. Let's also ensure we track these alerts and analyze the trends that might require further attention. You got it?
Got it. The quality specialist says, that sounds promising. Let's also ensure we track these alerts and analyze the trends that might require further attention. Ready to move on to the next part?
Okay. Let's keep moving. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's move on to the dialogue number 5, automotive part. Here are several examples of English conversations and phrases that might come up in the automotive parts in manufacturing industry. Uh, I would like to take the dialogue practice session for this number 5 dialogue. And there are many rules in this session. So I would like to take the role one by one. I mean, I would like take if I take the role of supervisor, you go next, and then I go next. You understand? Because uh, we there are many rules in this dialogue session. So let's start with let's continue or let's keep our role by one method. You got it?
Got it. We'll take turns, one role at a time. You'll start as the supervisor, and I'll follow with the next role. Let's dive into the automotive parts dialogue. Ready when you are.
Okay. I think we are ready. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, here I go. How is the production line learning today? I sometimes, how is the production line? No, no, no. How is the production line learning today?
It's running smoothly, but we had a minor issue with the stamping machine earlier.
We've identified a defect in the batch. I say sometimes, we've identified a defect in the batch. We need to recheck the entire load before shipping.
Understood. Let's prioritize the recheck to avoid any delays in shipping.
No, 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 no. How about taking the role of a manager? There is a specific dialogue set on my file. Can you access? Can you access with it?
I see. Let me pull up the exact dialogue for the manager from your file. One moment. Here it is. Have you completed the quality inspection for the latest batch?
As your inspector list carefully? Yes, certainly. All parts meet the required specifications. All parts meet the specifications. No, I think this last line is very, very, very simple English sentence, but it's very difficult to use in real life situation because I don't have I think I don't have enough experience to use these kind of simple sentences to use in real life situation. So this is the moment. I think this is the moment I need to practice with you.
You're absolutely right. Simple sentences like these are common in workplace conversations, but it takes practice to use them naturally. Repeating and role playing in context, like we're doing now, is a great way to build confidence. Let's keep practicing. Want to try that line again?
Okay. How about move on to section two, supply chain and logistics. I go first, you go next. Let's keep going. Let's keep the moment going. When is the next shipment of raw materials expected to arrive? When is the shipment? When is the next 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 shipment of raw materials expected to arrive?
The shipment is scheduled to arrive on Friday. We'll send you the tracking details.
We need to expedite the shipment of these parts to our client. Let me say one more time. We need to expedite the shipment of these parts to our client.
We'll prioritize this order and ensure it goes out today.
Okay, let's keep moving. I think we are doing great. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Uh, as your engineer, listen carefully. I would say we need to modify the design to reduce the weight of the component. I sometimes, for my repetition, I sometimes we need to modify the design to reduce the weight of the component. We need to modify the design to reduce the weight of the component.
I can make adjustments to the CAD model and share the updated version by tomorrow.
Have you tested the new prototype under extreme conditions? Have you tested the new prototype under extreme conditions? Have you tested? I say one more time. Have you tested the new? Have you tested the new prototype under extreme conditions? Have you tested the new prototype under extreme conditions? Have you tested the new prototype under extreme conditions? Have you tested? Have you tested? Have you tested the new prototype under extreme conditions?
Yes, the prototype passed all stress tests and meets our durability standards.
Okay, let's keep the momentum going. Let's keep going. I will keep. I will keep. I hope I can keep this dialogue in my mouse muscle. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. maintenance as a maintenance team member. Listen carefully. The CNC machine needs maintenance. It's been overheating.
Schedule the maintenance during the off-peak hours to avoid delays.
The injection molding machine is down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. There is a bad news. The injection molding machine is down. We are waiting on a replacement part. We are waiting on a replacement part. We are waiting on a replacement part.
How long will it take to get the machine back online?
Okay. I think we are doing good. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Sales replace as a sales representative manager, basically, our client in Germany needs a quote for 10,000 units of the new part.
I'll prepare the quotation and send it over by this afternoon.
We are facing issues. We are facing issues. We have a problem. We have trouble with the parts delivered last week. Can you provide technical support? Can you provide technical support? Can you provide technical support? Or I can I might say I can say would you mind provide technical support?
Both are good, but here's a small correction. Would you mind providing technical support? The gerund providing follows would you mind. Want to try saying it again with that adjustment?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
No problem. Let me explain. After would you mind, we usually use the ing form of the verb. So instead of provide, it should be providing. For example, correct. Would you mind providing technical support? Incorrect. Would you mind provide technical support? Does that make sense now?
How about okay, I got it. How about this version? Would you mind providing technical support?
Perfect. Would you mind providing technical support? Is absolutely correct. You've got it.
Okay. I practiced a few more times. Would you mind providing technical support? Would you mind providing technical support? Would you mind providing technical support?
That sounds great. Keep practicing. Would you mind providing technical support? You're getting smoother each time. Keep it up.
Okay, let's keep going. It's your turn. I think it's your turn.
Of course, we'll send a technician to your facility tomorrow to assist.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's discuss the production schedule for the next quarter. Let's discuss the production schedule for the next quarter. I'm just back. I'm sorry. I need to get back. I need to take my cell phone from my desk. I'm sorry. I carried my cell phone to this conference room. How can I express this situation very well? Can you help me?
No worries. You could say, sorry, I left my phone on my desk. I'll grab it and be right back. This keeps it clear and natural. Want to try that?
Mm, would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Sure. Sorry, I left my phone on my desk. I'll grab it and be right back.
One more time, please.
Of course. Sorry, I left my phone on my desk. I'll grab it and be right back.
I say, sorry, I left my cell phone on my desk and I grab it back again.
Almost perfect. Here's a smoother version. Sorry, I left my cell phone on my desk and I'll grab it now.
Sorry, I left my cell phone on my desk and I grab it now.
You're very close. Just a small tweak. Sorry, I left my cell phone on my desk and I'll grab it now. The key is to keep "I'll" for future action.
No. It's not the future action. So I might say I grabbed it again. Uh, I'm sorry, I left my cell phone on my desk, but however, I just get back again.
Got it. Here's a refined version. Sorry, I left my cell phone on my desk, but I just grabbed it and came back. This emphasizes that the action is already completed.
Okay, I'm sorry. I left my cell phone on my desk and I grabbed it again. I grabbed it again and get back to my uh, practice room again.
That works. Here's a slightly smoother version. Sorry, I left my cell phone on my desk, but I grabbed it and came back to the practice room. Sounds natural and clear.
Okay, let's keep it. I'm sorry. I really sorry about that. I left my cell phone on my desk and I grabbed it again and came back to my practice room.
Perfect. That sounds natural and fluent. Great job.
Okay. Well noted. I will practice few more times after tomorrow session. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's move on to the number six, meeting questions again. Uh, I uh, Honestly speaking, I don't remember where we were, but however, I would like to start with number six session, meeting discussions. Mm, as a manager, respectively, let's discuss the production schedule for the next quarter. It's your turn. It's your move.
We anticipate an increase in demand, so we'll need to scale up production.
How can we improve our efficiency of the assembly line? How can we improve our efficiency on the assembly line? How can we improve? How can we improve our efficiency on the assembly line? How can we improve our efficiency on the assembly line? How can we improve our efficiency on the assembly line? How can we improve our efficiency on the assembly line? How can we improve our efficiency on the assembly line? How can we improve our efficiency on the assembly line? How can we improve our efficiency on the assembly line?
We can optimize the workflow by rearranging the equipment and introducing automation.
Okay. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's keep the momentum going. As your engineer, carefully, we are experiencing a high rejection rate in the anodizing process. Any ideas? Any ideas why? Any ideas why? We are experiencing a high rejection rate in the anodizing process. Any ideas why? Let me practice few more times. Okay. I got it. Become, David. Become, relax and become. You can wait. We are experiencing a high rejection rate in the anodizing process. Any ideas why? Any ideas why?
It could be due to contamination in the bath. I'll run some tests to confirm.
We are learning behind schedule. We are learning behind schedule. What's causing the delay? We are learning behind schedule. We are learning behind schedule. What's causing the delay? We are learning behind schedule. What's causing the delay?
One of the machines broke down, and it took some time to fix it.
Okay, let's keep the momentum going. Ensure all employees are let me say one more time. Let me say one more time. Ensuring all employees are wearing their PPE before entering the production area. Production line. Ensure all employees are wearing their PPE before the production line. No. Before entering the production line. Item time. Ensure all employees are wearing their PPE before entering the production line.
We'll conduct a safety briefing at the start of each shift.
Are we up to date with the old environmental regulation? Are we up to date? Are we up to date? No, as I told you before, are you up to date means, are we up, are we ready? Or, are we updated means, are we, are we received? Are we ready? Are we, how can I express situation instead of are we updated with?
Good question. Are we up to date means are we current or in compliance with the latest information or requirements? If you want to say it differently, you could ask, are we fully compliant with the latest environmental regulations? Have we met all the current environmental standards? Both convey the same idea, but in slightly different ways.
Listen carefully. At the same time, are we, are we client? Are we complied? Are we complied with all the environmental regulations? Is that correct?
I see what you're aiming for. Here's a smoother way to phrase it. Are we compliant with all the applicable regulations in the industry? Or, if referring to legal compliance, are we fully compliant with all relevant regulations and laws? Does this capture what you want to express?
So you mean I might say, are we, are we completely complied with? Are we entirely comply with the all the environmental regulation?
Close. Here's a slightly improved version. Are we fully compliant with all the environmental regulations? We use compliant, adjective, rather than complied, verb in past tense, to describe the state of following rules or regulations.
So, well, in my opinion, the context of context of what you said is slightly different from the original version. How can I express this phrase very well? Let me think. Let me think. How about this version? Uh, are we are we currently aware of all the environmental regulations?
I see where you're going. Your version works, but it's slightly different in meaning. If you want to emphasize both awareness and compliance, you could say, are we currently aware of and compliant with all the relevant regulations? This captures both knowing the regulations and following them.
So you mean I might say, are we, are we, are we, are we really, are we currently aware of all the compliance with with environmental regulation?
I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble responding right now. Please wait a bit and try again.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I said you are having heavy load. Are you okay? Can you keep up with me? Can you keep up with me? I think, you know, as I told you before, I am a regular here, so you need to train me. You need, you need to train me more than you need to train me better than
I'm
other
sorry,
users.
but I'm having trouble responding right now. Please wait a bit and try again.
You need to train me better than other users. I'm a regular here.
I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble responding right now. Please wait a bit and try again.
Oh my god, oh my god. GPT, are you okay? Are you listening to me?
Yes, I'm here and listening carefully. Let me know if you want to refine your sentence further or move on to the next part.
Let me listen your refined version one more time.
Sure. Here's a refined version. Are we currently aware of and in compliance with all the applicable regulations? This combines both awareness and compliance in a clear, professional way. What do you think?
So you mean I would say, are we currently aware of all compliance with environmental regulations?
Almost. Here's a more polished version. Are we currently aware of and compliant with all environmental regulations? This keeps the
Compliant.
structure smooth and clear. Does that work for you?
Are we currently aware of compliance of environmental regulations?
Yes, here's the full version again. Are we currently aware of and compliant with all environmental regulations? This version covers both knowing about the regulations and following them properly.
So you mean, are we currently aware of all the compliant of the environmental regulations?
Not quite. The correct phrasing would be, are we currently compliant with all environmental regulations? This ensures the sentence flows naturally and grammatically.
Can you speak a little bit more slowly? Can you speak a little bit more slowly?
Of course, here's the refined version again, slowly. Are we currently compliant with all environmental regulations? Take your time practicing it.
Are we currently comply with are we currently comply with all the environmental regulations?
Almost there. The correct phrasing would be, I will ensure compliance with all environmental regulations,
No, no, no,
or
no, no,
simply,
no, no,
I
no,
will comply with all environmental
no,
regulations.
no, 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 no,
The
no,
word currently isn't usually paired with will, since will refers to the future.
no, no, no. This line, this simple sentence is a question. Listen carefully. Are we Are we currently comply with all environmental questions? It needs to start are we, because this line is question.
I see. Here's the correct version of your question. Are we currently compliant with all embedded applications? We use compliant, adjective, instead of comply because it fits better in a question like this.
Okay. Are we currently compliant with all the environmental regulations?
Perfect. Are we currently compliant with all the environmental regulations? Is spot on. Great
Okay,
job.
okay, okay. It's your turn. It was very long time to define my suggestion or my additional expressions. It's your turn. It's your moment.
Got it. Here's my response. Yes, we've recently updated our processes to meet the new standards.
How can we reduce waste in our production process? How can we reduce waste in our production process? Let me say one more time. How can we reduce waste in our production process? How can we reduce waste in our production process? How can we reduce waste in our production process? How can we reduce waste in our production process?
We could implement a lean manufacturing approach to minimize waste and improve efficiency.
We need to focus on reducing the number of defects in our final products.
I agree. Let's analyze the current process and identify areas for improvement.
I'm sorry. I just want to listen one more time.
No problem. Take your time. Let me know when you're ready to continue.
I'm sorry. Let me listen one more time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me listen one more time.
Of course, here's the line again. I agree. Let's analyze the current process and identify areas for improvement. Let me
Okay.
know if you want to hear it again
Okay.
or
Okay. No.
adjust
No. No. No.
anything.
No. 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 Let's keep going. Let's keep the moment going. It's the number 10 section. Team collaboration. We need to collaborate with the design team to ensure the parts we are manufacturable. And to ensure the parts we are manufacturable.
I'll arrange a meeting with them to discuss the design specifications.
Let's review our production targets for this month. 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 Let's review for our I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Apologies for my bad pronunciation. I think I'm still like a beginner. So let me try one time. Let's review our production targets for this month. Let's review our production targets for this month. Let's how no. I think plural word is not good for this time context. I think singular word is better than plural. Listen carefully. Let's review our production target for this month.
No need to apologize. You're doing great. Actually, targets works well in this context because it refers to multiple goals or objectives. However, if you prefer singular, you could say, let's review our production target for this month. Both are correct, depending on whether you're focusing on one main goal or several.
Okay, I got it, I got it. Well noted. Okay, let's keep moving. We are on track to meet the goals, but we might need to add an extra shift to stay on schedule. Listen carefully. We are on track. We are on track. We are on track to meet the goals, but we might need to add an extra shift to stay on schedule. We are on track to meet the goals, but we might need to add an extra shift to stay on schedule. We are on track. Ah, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Listen carefully, listen carefully. We are on track to meet the goals. I think we are on track to meet the goals, but however, we might need to add an extra shift to stay on schedule. We might need to we might need to add an extra shift to stay on schedule. We, but however, we might need to earn X. We might need to, we might need, we might, I think this line's pronunciation is really difficult for me. Listen carefully. I take some time. But we might need to add an extra shift to stay on schedule. However, we might need to add an extra shift to stay on schedule. To stay on schedule. To meet the schedule. To meet the schedule. How about this version? To meet the schedule.
You're doing great. Here's a refined version for smoother flow. We are on track to meet the goals, but we might need to add an extra shift to stay on schedule. If you want to use to meet the schedule instead, you could say, we are on track, but we might need to add an extra shift to meet the schedule. Both work well. Keep practicing. It's getting better.
Okay. I think you are my great conversation partner. You are my great English conversation partner. I really appreciate your kind support. Okay, let's keep the momentum going. These samples cover a variety of scenarios that might occur in automotive parts manufacturing industry, including production, quality control, and supply chain, and customer communication, and more.
Thank you. I'm glad to be your practice partner. You're doing an excellent job working through these scenarios. Let's keep going whenever you're
Anyway,
ready. What's next on your list?
how about my pronunciation for this word? Variety. It was correct. Variety is correct.
Yes, your pronunciation of variety sounds correct. It's pronounced as va-uhti. The stress is on the second syllable. You're doing great. Want to try saying it again?
Oh, if you don't mind, let me listen one more time.
Of course, go ahead and take your time.
No, no, no,
Variety.
no. If you don't mind, please explain it one more time.
Got it. Here's a breakdown of how to pronounce variety. Variety, the stress is on the second syllable, rhymes with I. The first syllable sounds like the va in vanilla, but shorter. The third syllable is a light, unstressed sound. The final syllable T sounds like T. Want to give it another try?
So I can say variety. Am I right?
Exact variety. You nailed it. Great job.
Okay, let's keep on working. From now on, we are starting. I mean, we are continue. We are we are continuing our dialogue practice session. I mean, we are in dialogue number 6 right now for APQP meeting. Uh, Listen carefully. Listen carefully. I would like to share with you. I would like to introduce the starting comment. I mean, introduction. I,
Got it. You're setting up the context for the next session. If you'd like to jump into the dialogue now, just let me know where you'd like to start and we'll pick it up from there.
I would like to share with you introduction for next dialogue session. Listen carefully. APQP APQP meetings in the automotive sector involve structured communication between various stakeholders, especially when working with international customers. Below is an example of com- typical conversation that might occur in English during an APQP meeting, with a focus on a camera system supplier for the automotive industry.
That's a great introduction. It sets the stage well for practicing APQP meeting dialogues. Let's dive into the examples. Who would you like to start as project manager, customer representative, or someone else?
No, I want to be project manager, supplier. Let me start first. Skipperly, here I go. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the APQP meeting review for our automotive camera system project. Before we start, we can confirm the attendees. No. I say again. Oh my God.
Good morning. Thank you. Yes, I can confirm the attendees from our side. We have name from purchasing, name from engineering, and name from quality.
Okay. I think you are doing great. Great. Today, we will cover the status of our development process. Key milestone. Key milestone. I say on time. We will cover status of our development status, key milestones, and risk management, and how we are aligning with your quality requirements, including the PPAP submission.
That sounds good. Could you provide an update on the current phase of the APQP process?
Ah, I missed some kind last line. I think I'm sorry. I think I missed the last line. I say one more time. We will cover. We are going to cover the status of our development process, key milestones, risk management, and how we are aligning with your quality requirements, including the PPAP submissions. Let's start with the current page. We are currently in page 3 of the APQP process, focusing on design and process validation. Does that align your, does that align with your expectations? Does that align with your expectations?
Yes, that aligns. Could you provide an update on the critical design elements and any changes to the DVP&R?
Okay, let's keep on moving. I understand. I have something to tell you, but it's not the major point. Okay, let's keep the momentum going. Certainly, absolutely. Since the last meeting, we conducted the further design validation tests and have made slight adjustments to the range housing to improve durability under extreme temperature variations. We will share the updated EVPNR document later today for your review.
That's good to hear. Were there any challenges during the testing phase?
Yes, we encountered this carefully. Yes, we encountered some issues with image distortion. Let me say, I can say I'm blurring. I mean, blurring is better than distortion. Let me say one more time. So let me say one more time. Yes, we encountered some issues with image blurring at high temperature, but we would resolve it by modifying the material. The new tests are within the acceptable limits.
That's reassuring. How do you anticipate this change affecting the timeline for production?
There is no timeline. There is no specific point to impact the timeline.
Glad to hear that. Let's move on to the next topic. How are you progressing with the process capability studies?
I think it's better to move on the next process and timing session. Listen carefully. Moving on to the timeline, we are on track to complete the process capability studies and will submit the PIPA package by end of next month. Are there any additional specific customer requirements you'd like us to incorporate into the PPAP submission?
Yes, could you also include an additional MSA focusing on resolution accuracy? We want to ensure consistency in image quality across different lighting conditions.
Of course. We can incorporate that. Of course, we can incorporate that into the next measurement analysis. We will update the MSA study and share the results in our next APQP review.
That sounds good. Let's ensure we have everything in place before the next review. Are there any risks you foresee that might delay the SOP?
No, I think, in my opinion, there is no high risk to delay our timeline. I think there are just minor issues, and I think we can resolve it. I, s- mm, I see,
Understood. Let's keep monitoring those minor issues closely to ensure they don't escalate. Shall we move on to the next agenda item?
okay, let's move on to the risk and FMA discussion.
Great. Could you provide an update on any potential risks identified and how they've been addressed in the PFMEA?
Mm, I think we are doing great, but how about this version? It's my turn again. On the risk side, do you foresee any challenges that might delay the SOP?
Your version works well. Here's a smooth response. We've identified a potential risk with the supply of sensors, but we're working with our suppliers to mitigate any delays.
GPT carefully. I think I need to practice one more time. For what I said a moment ago, listen carefully. On the risk side, on the risk side, I mean, for the risk problem, for the risk issue, do you foresee any challenges that might delay on the SOP?
You have reached the message
Oh
cap for
my God, oh my God,
GPT-4. Please try again later.
oh my God. Uh, GPT, listen carefully. I am marking where we are because I want to get back in this dialogue session because I couldn't finish fully my dialogue session because of the time limit. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Are you okay? Can you keep up with me? GPT, are you with me? Can you keep up with me? GPT, listen. Are you listening to me? Are you with me? Can you hear me? Oh my God! Oh my God! GPT, are you listening to me? Can you keep up with me? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, David, I can hear you loud and clear. I'm ready to keep up with you.
Okay. No, I would like to share with you many sentences that I prepared before to keep them in my mind and my mouse muscle. No, I think I'm still a beginner for my language learning journey, so I need to practice many times as I can. I think I need to practice as I need to practice it as much as I can possible. So listen carefully. I would like to very useful and powerful sentences in my for my real life. Do you understand?
Absolutely, David. I'm all ears and ready to help you practice those useful and powerful sentences. Let's get started.
Okay, here I go. I'm feeling under the weather because of a cold. I caught a cold. I say again, I'm feeling under the weather because of a cold. I caught a cold last week.
Great job, David. That's a very natural way to express that you're not feeling well. Do you have another sentence you'd like to practice?
Okay, let's get it. It's not my thing. it's not my thing. And it's none of your business. It's none of your business. None of your business. It's none of your business. And it's not my thing.
Well done, David. Both of those sentences are clear and direct. It's not my thing is a casual way to say you're not interested in something, while it's none of your business is a firmer way to tell someone that something doesn't concern them. Keep going.
Okay, let's move to the next one. It definitely conveys your intention clearly and shows a thorough approach. It definitely conveys your intention clearly and shows a thorough approach. It definitely conveys your intention clearly and shows a thorough approach.
Nicely done, David. That's a great sentence to use when giving positive feedback on someone's communication. It's clear and professional, perfect for a work environment. Ready for the next one?
We already made our suggestion. We already give you our suggestion. Now it's your move.
Great attempt, David. A more polished version might be, we've already given you our suggestions, now it's your move. This phrase is clear and prompts the other person to take the next step. Keep it up.
So so you mean I need to use given for this context? Am I right?
Yes, that's right. Given is the correct form to use in this context. So it would be, we've already given you our suggestions, now it's your move. Good catch.
At the same time, we've already given our suggestions for this project. Now it's your move.
Perfect, David. That was spot on. You nailed it. Do you have another sentence you'd like to try?
Okay. Listen carefully. What I just said and what I mentioned earlier. These two sample phrases have very similar meaning. Am I right? What I just said, what I just said, what I just said, and what I mentioned earlier.
Yes, that's correct. What I just said and what I mentioned earlier both refer to something you've previously stated. The first is a bit more immediate, while the second could refer to something said earlier in the conversation. Great job repeating those.
Listen carefully. I'd like to speak. I'd like to share with you many sentences that are not related to each other. Don't be messed up with these sample sentences. These are just sample sentences to practice by myself. Listen carefully. I ended up fall back sleep again. I ended up fall back sleep again. And as I promised this morning, I'm starting my practice again. This is, I'm starting my practice again this afternoon. As I promised this morning, I am starting my practice again this afternoon. As I promised this morning, I am starting my practice again this afternoon. Just like I promised earlier today, I'm resuming my practice this afternoon. I just, just like I promised earlier today, just like I promised, just like I promised, just like I promised, just like I mentioned, just like I mentioned earlier. Uh, I mean what I mentioned earlier. Just like, just like, just like I mentioned earlier. I'm resuming my practice this afternoon.
Great effort, David. Your sentences are coming along well. Here are a few tweaks for smoother flow. 1. I ended up falling back asleep again. 2. As I promised this morning, I'm starting my practice again this afternoon. 3. Just like I promised earlier today, I'm resuming my practice this afternoon. You're doing fantastic. Keep practicing, and these will become second nature. What's next?
I believe that by repeatedly practicing conversation examples, they will eventually become my own. Basically, I believe that by repeatedly practicing, by repeatedly practicing, I believe that by repeatedly practicing conversation examples, they will eventually become my own. GPT, listen carefully. Why I should use by in this context, in front of the word repeatedly. Is that work? Is that work correct?
No problem. So, you were asking about why by is used before repeatedly. In English, by is often used to indicate the method or means of doing something. So, saying by repeatedly practicing suggests that the method you're using to make the conversation examples your own is through repetitive practice. It emphasizes the action you're taking to achieve the result. Does that make sense?
I believe that I believe that I believe that by repeatedly practicing conversation examples, they will eventually become my own. They will eventually become my own. But I believe that by repeatedly practicing conversation examples, I believe that by repeatedly practicing conversation examples, they will eventually become my own. They will eventually become my own. They will eventually become my own. I believe that by repeatedly practicing conversation examples, they will eventually become my own. I believe that by repeatedly practicing conversation examples, they will eventually become my own. I believe that by repeatedly practicing conversation examples, they will eventually become my own.
Excellent repetition, David. Your delivery was smooth and clear. This is a great sentence to reinforce your belief in the power of practice. Keep it up, and soon these sentences will indeed become your own. Ready for the next one?
I think if I keep practicing conversation examples over and over, I mean, I think if I keep practicing conversation, if I keep this consistency, I think if I keep practicing conversation, if I keep practicing conversations examples over and over, they will become natural to me someday. They will become natural to me. They will become natural to me.
Great job, David. Repeating conversations like this is definitely a good way to make them feel more natural over time. Keep it up.
Okay. I wanna keep going. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. I feel great learning a variety of expressions. I feel great learning a variety of expressions. It's fascinating that even with easy vocabulary, basic and easy vocabulary, I can convey a wide range of ideas without any issues. Basically, I feel great whenever I learning a variety of expressions. It's fascinating that even with basic and kindergarten level of vocabulary, I can convey a wide range of ideas without any issues.
Nicely done, David. That's a great way to express how versatile language can be, even with simple words. Would you like to try another one?
I'm happy. I'm happy to learn. I'm happy to learn all kinds of different expressions. I'm happy to learn all kinds of different expressions. It's amazing how I can express so many things with simple kindergarten level words and still get by just fine in daily life. Still get by just fine in daily life.
Great enthusiasm, David. Here's a slightly polished version. I'm happy to learn all kinds of different expressions. It's amazing how I can express so many things with simple, kindergarten level words, and still get by just fine in daily life. You're doing a fantastic job expressing yourself. Ready for another one?
How about this version? How about this version? Listen carefully. How about my own version? How about my original version? Listen carefully. I'm happy to learn all kinds of different expressions. It's amazing how I can express so many things with simple kindergarten level words and still get by just fine in daily life.
Your version is great, David. It's clear and expresses your point well. Here's a minor tweak for smoother flow. I'm happy to learn all kinds of different expressions. It's amazing how I can express so many things with simple kindergarten level words and still get by just fine in daily life. Your original sentence was very close. Keep it up.
Okay, listen carefully. Okay, listen carefully. I'd like to share with you. Next, short, very short paragraph. Uh, to keep them in my mind. Okay, listen carefully. Listen carefully. This paragraph is from
I'm
your suggestion. Listen carefully. You can say after sneezing, I have a runny nose. If you want to describe the situation more medically, you could say I have a runny nose after sneezing, or even mention it as a symptom of cold or allergies. Like I tended to get a runny nose after sneezing due to allergies. Either way, both are clear and natural in English.
Great job sharing that paragraph, David. You delivered it smoothly. That's a helpful explanation for describing a common symptom. Would you like to practice another one?
Yes, listen carefully. Here is another one. After sneezing, I have a runny nose. I have a lot of I have a lot of runny nose, so I need a lot of tissues each time. I need a tissue. I need a lot of tissues each time. So I need a lot of tissues each time.
Nicely done, David. That's a clear way to describe needing tissues after sneezing. Would you like to practice another sentence or paragraph?
Listen carefully. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's keep the momentum going. Mm, Since I
Absolutely.
since I couldn't finish practicing the conversation examples I prepared yesterday, today I plan to practice them in a reverse order. Listen carefully. This paragraph is what I want to speak naturally, uh, naturally, uh, la naturally, few weeks ago. So I noted on my, I noted this paragraph on my tablet, and I am practicing right now to keep them in my mind, basically. Since I couldn't finish writing oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. GPT, can you hear me? Can you listen? Can you hear me loud and clear? Are you with me? I hope, I hope I can keep my consistency for today.
Yes, I can hear you clearly, David. You're doing great, and I'm sure you can keep up your consistency today. How are you feeling about your practice session?
I think, in my opinion, you just left off our practice session and came back with new voice, came back with another voice.
Ah, I see what you're saying. It seems like I switched to a different voice mode after our previous session. But don't worry, I'm still the same, just with a different way of speaking. How can I assist you with your practice today?
Okay, 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 okay. Let's get over the way. I was practicing with you with my specified examples. So just listen carefully. It's my repetition time. So just listen carefully and tell me if there is any major issues. Listen carefully.
Got it, David? I'll listen carefully and let you know if there's anything that stands out. Go ahead with your repetition. Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Listen carefully. Since I couldn't finish practicing the conversation examples that I prepared yesterday, today I plan to practice them in reverse order.
That sounds like a good plan, David. Reversing the order can give you a fresh perspective. Go ahead, and I'll listen carefully.
Okay. These examples are not related to each other, so don't mess up with them.
Understood, David. I'll keep track of each example carefully. You can start whenever you're ready.
That sounds really challenging. What do you think about it? That sounds really challenging. That sounds really challenging. What do you think about it? That sounds really challenging. What do you think about it? That sounds really challenging. That sounds really challenging. What do you think about it?
It definitely sounds like a great way to challenge yourself, David. Reversing the order of your examples can help keep your mind sharp and make the practice feel fresh. It's a good method to reinforce what you've already learned. What's the first example you'd like to practice?
It's great to hear you so motivated. You've made yourself very clear. Embracing your mistakes and sharing your whole learning process on your channel can be really inspiring for others who are also learning. It shows that progress is possible with persistence. What topic would you like to focus on for today's practice?
Thank you, David. I appreciate your kind words. I think focusing on the key concepts you want to reinforce, such as work related phrases or expressions for everyday situations, would be really helpful for your practice today. What do you feel like practicing most today?
Skippery, there are still many sentences I need to practice in this today's practice session. Basically, we don't have time. We have to hurry. Basically, compared to last year, this year's weather has been milder. Compared to the last year, compared to the last year, compared to the something, compared. I want to I want to practice this simple sentence to keep the praise the compared to. Listen carefully. Compared to last year, this year's weather has been mild.
Got it, David. I'm listening carefully. Compared to last year, this year's weather has been milder. That's a great example. You're using compared to correctly. Keep going with the next sentence when you're ready.
If you compare the two options, this one is clearly better. If you compare the two options, this one is clearly better. If you compare the two options, if you compare the two options, if I think this emphasis is would be very useful in my real life situation. So I want to keep this emphasis in my mouth. Listen carefully. If you compare if you compare the two options, if you compare the two options, if you compare the two options, this one is clearly better.
You're doing great, David. The sentence, if you compare the two options, this one is clearly better, is clear and well structured. Repeating it like this helps reinforce the phrase, if you compare. Keep practicing, and it'll become even more natural. Ready for the next one?
How does this compare to other models? How does this compare to other models? How does this compare to the other model? How does this compare? How does this compare to other model? How does this compare to other? How does this compare to the other model? To the other model. How does this compare to the other model?
That's a great sentence, David. How does this compare to other models? Is a very clear and useful expression, especially when discussing options or alternatives. Keep practicing, and you'll get even more comfortable with these types of comparisons. What's next?
I still have time. I think I need to practice it one more time. I mean the last one. I mean, I think I'm not familiar with the last one. It's a little bit weird to pronounce it correctly. Listen carefully. How does this compare to the last? How does this compare to the other model? How does this compare to the other model? How does how does this how does this compare to the other model? How does how does how does this how does this compare to the other model? This simple sentence.
You're doing well, David. I can hear you're working through the phrasing, and that's a great sign of practice. The sentence, how does this compare to the other model, is perfectly fine, and with repetition, it will feel more natural. The key is practicing that flow. How does this compare to? And keeping the sentence structure consistent. Take your time with it, and don't worry about making it sound a little off at first. Repetition will help you smooth it out. Keep going.
In my opinion, this sample sentence is not it's not easy to use in my representation. Simply, I'd like to show you another thing. Simply, I think this one is not my thing. I think I would say
I see, David. I think this one is not my thing, is a great way to express that something doesn't interest or suit you. It's casual and clear. If you're feeling unsure about the last sentence, that's okay. It takes time to get comfortable with each one. Keep practicing, and it will start to feel more natural. Would you like to try another sentence?
how about this alternative version? What do you think about this model compared to other model?
That's a great alternative, David. What do you think about this model compared to other models? Is a clear and effective way to ask for a comparison. It works well, especially when you're discussing different options or choices. You're doing well with these variations. Keep practicing them, and they'll become second nature. Would you like to try another one?
Okay, I think I'm happy to share with you. I think I feel happy to share with you my alternatives.
I'm glad to hear that, David. I feel happy to share with you my alternative. Sounds great. It's a clear and warm way to express your feelings about sharing something with someone. Keep it up. Is there another sentence you'd like to try?
Okay. Listen carefully. The word recurrence, spelled recurrence, refers to the act of something happening again. Act of something happening again.
That's a great sentence, David. Just a tiny adjustment. The word recurrence is spelled recurrence. The rest of the sentence is spot on. The word recurrence refers to the act of something happening again. It's a clear explanation. Keep practicing, and this will become a natural part of your vocabulary. Would you like to try more sentences?
Don't interrupt. I mean, don't cut my speaking anymore. I didn't finish it. Listen carefully. The word recurrence, spelled recurrence, refers to the act of something happening again, particularly problems or issues. When you talk about preventing recurrence, it means you are taking steps to ensure that the same problem does not happen again in the future.
Got it, David. I'll listen carefully without interrupting. Your sentence is clear and well explained. Here's a small correction. Recurrence is actually spelled Recurrence, but everything else is perfect. Your explanation about preventing recurrence is great for real-life situations, especially in a work context where you're focused on solving problems. Keep practicing, and it'll feel even more natural.
Okay. Let's move on to the next time. Uh, let's move on to the next session. As I told you before, my practice time consists of 5 parts. And how about move on to the next pre-talking time with the random keywords. Please give me random keywords for today.
Absolutely, David. I'm ready for the next part. Here are some random keywords for today's practice. 1. Innovation. 2. Efficiency. 3. Collaboration. 4. Challenge. 5. Opportunity. You can use these to create sentences or practice any related phrases. Let's keep it going. How would you like to start with these keywords?
I would like to choose efficiency for our pre-talking time. Listen carefully. I just let me see. Efficiency.
No problem, David. Take your time. When you're ready, feel free to share your sentence or thought using efficiency. I'm here to listen and help.
Listen carefully. Efficiency is very essential. Efficiency is very crucial when we when we design our lines to produce our product. Basically, at the same time, I think efficiency is crucial when we when we plan to design the line process of our camera system. Do you understand? How about my uh, how about my sudden sentence sudden sentence compose? Sudden sentence. How can I express the situation? How about my sudden suggestion or how I don't know how to express the situation. Please help me.
You're doing well, David. For the situation you described, you could express it like this. I think efficiency is crucial when we plan and design the production line for our products. Or if you're referring to the command system, I think efficiency is crucial when we plan and design the line process for our command system. As for the part where you mentioned being unsure or thinking on the spot, you can say, how about my impromptu suggestion? Or how about my sudden idea? This way, you're clearly expressing that it's something you came up with quickly. You're doing a great job with thinking on your feet. Keep going.
If you don't mind, please explain it one more time. Honestly speaking, I don't understand.
Of course, David. Let me break it down for you. When you said, how about my sudden suggestion? You were trying to express that you came up with an idea quickly, but you weren't sure how to say it in English. The word sudden works, but in this case, impromptu sounds a bit more natural when you're talking about something that you thought of without planning ahead. So you can say, how about my impromptu suggestion? Or how about my sudden idea? Both expressions convey that the suggestion or idea came up unexpectedly, without much prior thought. Now, when you were talking about efficiency being crucial for your work, sentences like, I think efficiency is crucial when we plan and design the production line for our products. Or, I think efficiency is crucial when we plan and design the line process for our command system. These sentences are saying that efficiency is important for planning and designing the systems or processes in your work. I simplified them to make them a bit more direct and natural. Does this help clear things up? Let me know if you want more explanation.
So you mean I can say, how about my prompt suggestion?
Yes, exactly. How about my proposal? Or how about my proposal study? Would both work well, but how about my proposal? Sounds more natural. When you say proposal, you're suggesting an idea or plan, which fits perfectly if you're offering something for discussion. If you want to specify that it's more about research or an in-depth study, then proposal study works, but it's less common than just saying proposal. So how about my proposal? Is a great choice.
But honestly speaking, I think you missed my main context. It's my context. I mean, your suggestion should should contain the making of sentence. I mean, how I can how I can make good sentence if I get I mean how I can make good English sentence after after getting random keywords.
I see what you mean now, David. You're asking about how to form a good sentence using a random keyword like efficiency, especially in the context of something you want to express or propose. Let's break it down. You want to create a sentence that sounds natural, even when you're putting together your thoughts quickly. For the keyword efficiency, here's a way to make a good sentence. Efficiency is essential when designing production lines to ensure smooth operation and reduce waste. This sentence uses efficiency clearly, focusing on its importance in the process of designing something, like a production line. You can structure your sentence this way. 1. Start with the keyword efficiency. 2. Follow with a key reason why it's important to ensure smooth operation, reduce waste, etc. 3. Add the context, designing production lines, implementing systems, etc. If you were making a quick suggestion or expressing your thoughts, you could say, how about focusing on efficiency when we design the new system? It will help us save time and resources. This shows how to link the idea to your work, keep it relevant, and sound natural. Does that help clarify how to build sentences using random keywords? Let me know if you want to practice with more examples.
If you are talking about the using of efficiency, that makes sense. I think that makes sense. But however, I just want to know the expressions that how can I explain my mind? I mean, when I feel difficulties, when I feel difficulties to make some kind of English good English expressions. Uh, After after making my English sentence, how let me ask you, is it correct? Is it good or not? So I would say, how about my how about my sudden composure? How about my sudden writing, sudden proposal? How about my sudden suggestion of English expression? How can I express this situation? Can you help me?
I see what you're asking now, David. You want to know how to express that you're unsure about the quality of your English sentence after quickly putting it together. Here are a few ways you could express that. How about my spontaneous sentence? How about my impromptu suggestion? What do you think about my off-the-cuff expression?
I think
How does my quick composition sound? How about my on-the-spot sentence? These expressions convey that you've created the sentence quickly and you're asking for feedback on how well it sounds. They show that you're thinking of the sentence on the fly without much preparation. So when you feel unsure about a sentence you've just formed, you can say something like, how about my spontaneous sentence? I just put it together very quickly, but is it clear? This way, you're making it clear that you're seeking feedback for improvement. Does this help with how to express that situation?
mm, I really appreciate your kind of support. I really appreciate your kind of support. Well noted, well noted. I will
You're very welcome, David. I'm glad I could help. Your dedication to improving your English is inspiring, and it's great to see you making progress. If you ever need more support or have questions, feel free to ask. Keep up the excellent work.
Honestly speaking, I want to keep going there, but unfortunately, we don't have time. I have to work. I have a lot of things to work. It's time to wrap things up. Please, I hope you have productive day ahead. Take care of yourself. Bye for now. So when we say goodbye, we say 팽바, 팽바.
Thank you, David. I completely understand, and I appreciate the time you spent practicing with me today. You've made great progress. I hope your work goes smoothly, and I look forward to our next session. Take care, and have a productive day ahead. Goodbye for now.
팽바.
You're welcome, David. Take care.
When we say goodbye, we say 팽바,
Got it, David? Bangba.
팽바.